All right, guys, welcome back. This is the 2019 CrossFit Open breakdown with the Movement Doctor. It is 19.1 and Greg, probably not Dave, based on what the workout looks like. If you guys don't know, there has been an immense amount of CrossFit changes to the season, way too many to go over now, but it is very clear that the entry level, the entry point could be much lower this year than most years. Pretty much everyone is going to be able to RX this workout in some form or fashion. Whether it's just doing single wall balls at a time or whatever, but it is 19.1 is a 15-minute AMRAP, 19 wall balls, and 19 cal row. That is a very, very simple couplet, super true blue CrossFit if you could write one. Not much of a warm-up here. We are going to talk about strategy a lot as the video progresses. Rowing efficiency, how to bias maybe some hamstring and posterior chain over like a quad-based row, talking about good, efficient pulling points and things that you should focus on when you're rowing, and transition time, getting in and out of the rower effectively. There will be likely upwards of anywhere from 10 to 20 transitions in this workout, going back and forth from the rower to the wall balls, in and out, okay? All right, so very, very simple warm-up. 3 minutes, row, run. I wouldn't suggest biking. Your quads are going to be crushed in this workout. No need to crush them any more, okay? Nice light row or run, anything to get your blood flowing. Next, we're gonna go over some basic row efficiency, working on transitions, how to get in and out of the rower to not tighten the straps all the way and things like that. Then going over what the positions of the row should look like. I've worked with a lot of athletes this year, and they have, we've gone over rowing strategy and rowing technique to really focus on not biasing the quads, right? And we'll go over that later in the video. Next, we're just going to open up the hips, really simple, sit in a squat, hold a kettlebell, hold onto the rig, just open up your hips a little bit, basic med ball thrusters or a kettlebell thruster, single arm, and then basic wall balls. That's it. We'll run through that twice just to make sure the hips are loose. Again, we don't really have to bias the cardiovascular system here because this is a very long workout. You don't want to be too fatigued to start. There's also no need to be excessively warm when you begin either, because this workout is all about pacing and not blowing up and not resting anywhere, transitioning effectively. Then just a simple 2 rounds, really focused on an efficient wall ball, not going too deep, really flirting with that parallel line. If you're one that squats kind of like an ass to grass, then you might want to work on stopping a little bit shorter to make the movement a little bit faster. And then again, rowing, getting in and out of the rower as effectively. So we'll go into 2 rounds of a 10 cal row and 10 wall balls, with the main focus of being transitioning and working through the movements quickly. Okay, so talking general strategy, a few things to think about depending on your level, right? We just saw Sam Briggs almost finish 9 rounds, I believe, which is an insane score. I don't know if any female will be up there. She rows amazingly. Some of the guys will for sure be there. Some of the guys could possibly push 10 rounds. But that's 1.5 minutes a round. That's really fast, okay? But for most of you, it's going to be about pacing the row and not getting worked on the wall balls and standing around. So that could mean for some being unbroken on the wall balls and just a paced row, right? If you're comfortable with wall balls, if you're a taller athlete, this is your workout. This workout biases tall people more so than probably any workout CrossFit's released for the Open, to be honest, except maybe just like a pure wall ball workout. I think we had 150 wall balls once in 2013. So with that, understanding how you're going to break. Are wall balls a struggle for you? Yes, then maybe 3 sets is the way to go, right? 8, 7, 4, something like that. Simple breaks, not getting your heart rate too high. So make sure when you get on the rower, your foot in, pulling, and going. No transition time, very little, making sure that your row is effective and you're not sitting around wasting time anywhere. You want to make sure you're moving the whole time. There's no point in doing a big set and then taking 20 seconds to start pulling on the rower, okay? Now with the row, again, we want to really focus on a posterior, a very hamstring dominant pulling technique. A lot of people kind of get that butt all the way to the stirrups, push through their toes. We're going to go over that in all of our rowing techniques that I think are important for this and just in general. So So again, 19.1 is 15-minute AMRAP, 19 wall balls, 19 cal row, and this is a very simple warm-up. Whatever mobility you need to do, get it done. And we are going to go over the full breakdown, really focusing mainly on rowing efficiency and transitional tips. All right, guys, welcome to the strategy portion of the 19.1 CrossFit Open workout warm-up and breakdown. So again, the workout is 15-minute AMRAP, 19 wall balls, 19 cal row. Kaylee's going to demonstrate a wall ball for us. She's going to face forward first, grab the wall ball, and just going to do a few med ball thrusters so we can kind of talk about it. Good. Hold, and then just hold in the bottom for me. Good, and hold. As you see, she's tracking well. Her knees are tracking just to the outside of her toes. She's comfortable in the bottom. She's reaching parallel, right? It's a wall ball. We must go below, hip below the knee. She's going to come up and drive. Good. And come back down. She's going to hold again. You can see her hands are slightly under the ball, right? She's not out here grabbing on the outside of the ball. It's not a good way to throw it. And the ball is basically in front of her face, and she's really struggling right now to hold this squat position. But she's reaching depth. She's got good positions in her ankles, and she's nice and comfortable. So you can do one more thruster. Good. And up. And she's going to drop it. Good job. Good. All right, so we're going to demonstrate the wall ball. It's the same thing, except we're just going to pop and throw the ball to the 9-foot target for the female. She's using a 20-pound ball because she's a champ. And so she's going to do a med ball clean up and throw. Good. As you see, she's reaching depth, coming up, popping up on her toes, just like a push press, extending the hips aggressively, keeping her hands under the ball. So you can do one more because it's really heavy, and relax. Good. So thank you, Kaylee. All right. So the wall ball is very simple. The warm-up again, get comfortable in the bottom, control, open up your hips, get loose, do a couple of med ball thrusters, a few wall balls, nice and smooth. All right, and now what we're going to do is talk about the main portion of this, which is going to be how to game the row, okay? All right. Good. So when we're setting up the rower, there's lots of things to think about, but I don't want to take this strategy video too far. Females should be about a 4 or a 5, and males should be at about a 4 or a 5 to a 6. There's no point in like having a really high damper setting. We're talking about the damper setting here, all right? And there's no point in having a really low one, okay? Whatever you row on normally, that's fine as well, okay? But I suggest that you row anywhere from males 5 to 6, females 4 to 5. That's a pretty good guess. If you understand how to check the resistances based on like your altitude location in the rower, you can do that as well. Drag factor, you can do that as well, but we're not going to go over that in this video. So talk about how to place our foot. You want your foot to be a little bit lower, the strap to be over the, just on the closer side of the last strap of your shoelace. All right, pull it tight. When we are getting in and out of this rower for the workout, we want to keep our straps just a little bit loose. Okay, so we're not fumbling getting in and out. We're going to talk about how to get in and out next. So our few points that we want to make sure we're focusing on for the row is as follows. We have a few positions of the row. We have, the catch, which is here, and then we have the finish, which is here. When we are rowing, especially for this workout, we must try to focus on using the posterior side of our body. So when we start with the catch, so we're starting here, most people will come in, their hips will fly in, and they will slide back as such. This is an inappropriate way to row, as for this workout, it's going to bias your quads. Don't want to do that. Your quads are going to be plenty blown up. So heels down, we're going to drive the knees into extension, making sure our back is stiff. So as we drive, we don't want to get pulled over. Staying nice and stiff in the back, keeping this good back angle at about 10 degrees from neutral. Here, arms are straight. This is our finish, or I'm sorry, this is our catch. Driving our legs, opening up the hips. Once our legs are about to be extended, we shift the hips to 10 degrees on the other side of neutral, and then we pull to the bottom of our sternum, not here, not up here. We don't lay down. We don't pull to our neck. We don't flare our elbows out. Our elbows are down and back, and our shoulders are relaxed and pulled in this way, okay? So from this position, this is called the finish. Now we have the recovery, all right? So we'll go again. The catch, we have the drive open, finish, and now the recovery. So instead of sitting here and resting and dropping your hands, getting the chain loose, we don't want to do that. What we want to do is as soon as we hit our finish, we want to push our hands away, lean back to that other side of neutral, and then start to bend our knees, and then we're back in the catch, okay? And then we drive, knees, hips, arms, arms, hips, knees. Knees, hips, arms, arms, hips, knees. As you can see, my heels are staying down. My hips are staying maybe a little more back than usual. Why? Because I have to go squat 19 times with a ball. So instead of being here, this is going to blow up your quads, okay? This is basically doing the same movement over and over and over again. And it's an inappropriate way to row, okay? But we're not gonna get into too much rowing depth. We just want to be efficient for this workout. So the heels must stay down. When we're reaching in, we're leaning, but we're not relaxing and we're not folding over. We're nice and stiff. We come in, drive the heels down, pull, punch, lean, knees. Okay? It's that simple and it can be that effective. Now let's talk about getting in and out of the rower. So we want to make sure our straps are tight enough that our feet don't move too much, but they're loose enough that I can just slide my foot in. So what I like to do is obviously have your judge reset your rower every time. I didn't see that if you could or not. I assume you can with that many transitions. So when I get in and out of the rower, this is what I like to do. I like to put down, grab the handle, put one foot in, pull, other foot, pull, and now I'm ready to go. Okay, and I pull. Focusing on being a little bit higher with my hip, focusing on the posterior chain. I get out, one up, one out here, and I grab the ball and I start going. Transitions are going to be key to dominate this workout, okay? All right, that is a very quick breakdown of rowing. Again, we'll briefly go over it. We have our catch, which is here. Heels are down. We're slightly leaned forward. We're not butt in, leaned back. This is not correct. Here, we have our drive, knees, hips, arms, finish. Most important part is making sure that you finish before you start to come back in. Most people will pull here and they will pull themselves back into the rower. Ineffective. It's like running in mud. You're just going to run and not go anywhere. So we pull here and then we punch away, follow the arms, bend the knees in the recovery. Pulling to the chest and finishing there. You see, as soon as I hit my chest, my arms are the first thing that lead me in, not my legs. Okay, I'm not going over and around, being nice and smooth, okay? The chain shouldn't jangle. The chain should also not go up and down, okay? Straight line is the fastest way between 2 points. All right, guys, good luck in 19.1. Quick strategy for your level of athlete. If you are not good at wall balls, do not go unbroken. If you are not good at rowing, do not go unbroken on the wall balls, okay? Break it up. A 5-second break in the middle of there is most certainly probably the way to go for most people. 10-9, 11-8, something like that. And then a nice smooth row, making sure your transitions are fast, getting on the rower quickly and getting the calories turning and getting off the rower quickly and grabbing the ball without resting. So don't sprint the row. There's no point to sprint either one of these to get back to the other apparatus and rest. All right, good luck in 19.1, crush it, and we will see you next week.